Hey Roxy, how you doing? Good girl. You stay. I'm gonna go let something out.
Sleeping done. Fighting now.
Roxy, could do with a hand. Roxy! Help! Good girl. Go. Just kill my dog.
Mission of hostilities complete.
Sorry, Rox. God. I'll have to make a new one now. Take all those. Release unusual specimen. Yeah, I know. Go get the files.
Attention, students. This is the pre-recorded voice of your pre-recorded principal, Dr. Principal Boros.
Is that it? Nice stalkers.
Ready, steady, fighty.
All that to release some Night Stalkers. At some point we need to have a discussion about the word anti-climax.
No more stimpaks.
Dealt with.
No more stimpaks.
Shh. God, you're annoying. Oh good, I missed.
We're out of stimpaks. Maybe you'd be better off with an autodoc suit.
Let's try a different gun. Thank you, Christine.
I can't give you anything for that injury.
It's fine, don't worry about it. Only smarts a little bit.
No more stimpaks.
Uh-oh, Christine's gun isn't as good. Jesus. take you off for now. You're too damaged for me to use you.
I am lord of this institution. Where once, long ago, I was a student here. Now, I am its omnipotent God priest. As I soon will be lord of Big Mountain. Do-dee-doo. Do you hear that? It is my trumpet of victory.
That made it easier. Give me that. There we go. Right. Got Richie Marcus. There's the one in the library and there's the one upstairs. Where's the one in the library? Jesus wept! I think I just dropped a turret on my own head. Hi. Done.
Down at the end of the ball storage for jocks who like balls. Like Richie Marcus. Did you hear me, Betsy? Richie likes balls.
Oh, for the love of all that is holy. Just... That's it, there we go. Stinking creatures. Ugh. Now I need to make another Roxy as well. Why am I doing this? My armor is now shattered. That's it. That's enough. That's enough. Forget. Forget carrying out that testing process again and again. It's not going to get me anywhere. Hey, Rocks. Sorry. What are you doing? Good girl. Come on. Right, we've got 5 stim packs. This is a good enough start. I should get out of here. Just forget about the areas I haven't discovered. Let's just get back to the sink. Get back to the think tank. Enough of this.
Might I be of service, sir?
I want to look at repairing.
Very good, sir.
I almost hate to ask. My armor? Good.
Might I be of service, sir?
Alright, let's do some trading.
Very good, sir.
Here you go. That as well. You can have this laser pistol. I want to keep the rest, thanks. I want to keep all that. I want to keep all that for now. What have you got in terms of ammo? Well, they'll do for light shining in darkness. That's us for now. Muggy, what are you doing?
It's not like I haven't tried to get along with her. Lord knows I have. She's just such a floozy.
Yeah, whatever. Where's the book chute? There you go. Have the
Greetings,
mulching.
citizen. Ready to receive seditious materials.
Nah.
Stay loyal, citizen.
Hey, Muggy.
You require some additional services?
Nah, I'm good.
Well, I'll be right here if you change your mind.
Sure. Alright. Where are they?
Have you done all? Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated.
Oh, I hate to ask. I should probably talk to you all, shouldn't I? You all seem so knowledgeable in your fields. No doubt there's a lot you could share with me?
Why, yes. We are filled with the knowledge you speak of. If you wish to know more, simply ask the others. They can help you.
Right. I'll talk to the others then.
Yes, a most goodbye.
The hope is that I can get this over with and then get this all, my armor all repaired in the Mojave. Hello.
The lobotomite animal before me. What other terrifying terrors will plague us in our quest for knowledge? Communists? Communist animals, perhaps? Be warned. Attempt to propaganda me. I will shriek as a frightened babe, calling loyal cyber dogs to my aid. Do you comprehend, commie animal?
Do you always get this dramatic?
Drama? There is no drama in science. As I learned in high school, science is an intellectual pursuit devoid of bestial emotions. Unless, of course, you are a communist. Like Betsy Bright, who sat next to me in math, and her smoking Confederate Richie Marcus. As I learned in my high school, American High, AHS, drama is for movies, things of fiction. Here in the think tank, the only star is science.
Right. Thanks.
Until next time, then. Provided there is a next time. For any of us.
I just want to introduce myself to you lot. I do not want to have a prolonged conversation. Hi! What was that, Dr. 8? What happened to your voice module? Is that a yes? Or a no? Or a yes, no? Okay, I'll be going. Right, that one was weird.
breathe.
Hi, Darla. Dr. O?
Breaking news! Talking lobotomite arrives in think tank. Its purpose, unknown. Undefinable. Its presence here, impossible.
I think you mean impossible.
Oh, really? Now the lobotomite is a master of the dictionary arts. What, do you have a doctorate in verbology? No? I do. And stop the presses. Just in from my eye monitors. Is that Robco tech on your arm? It is. What's your agenda bringing that in here?
What, my Pip-Boy?
How dare you bring Robco tech in here? What are you showing off? How great Robert House and his big company are?
Oh, we can make Securitrons better than any robot those geniuses at Big Mountain can make, and they'll last 1,000 years.
You're lucky I don't have hands to tear that dip boy off your arm, or feet to stomp on its stupid metal guts. Ugh. Damn Robco.
I don't think I'll worry by telling you what House and his robots have been up to since.
Worry about House? Why would I do this? Hope he died alone in a dingy room, straining his last remaining bodily fluids into jars. And him and his dirty girl bots. Don't even get me started on those filthy biological catcher's mitts.
Okay, see ya.
Until our next scheduled audio transmission and reception, then.
Darla?
You are an unusual specimen to so boldly walk into the mighty expanse of the think tank, fearless and proud as a teddy bear. Between the extraction of their higher reasoning abilities and urination-inducing fear, most lobotomites dare not approach us, let alone speak to us. Yet you have no such fear. Facing me, epidermis fleshed with blood, plasma running molten beneath, your face contorting with muscular expression. Will you indulge me? Say a few words. Face towards the monitors, please, so that I might record it for further examination.
What do you want, the quick scribe jumped over the lazy paladin?
Yes, go on. Seeing your lips and mouth forming words, both revolting and somehow... How does it feel to have the flesh roll around in your mouth like that? To control each muscle and the tongue, like having a fish or extremely dexterous slug lolling and flopping in one's mouthal cavity.
Seems you still have more biological needs than your counterparts.
What? Nonsense. What? What are you doing? Stop it. Why? Why are you making me partake in this filthy formography? Enough. I am already intrigued. You have sufficiently percolated me. I don't know what it is about the biology of lobotomites. It infects my thoughts. All that skin and muscle and tissue.
So, there's nothing wrong with looking at the human body here.
Perhaps there is value in what you say. I did so enjoy breathing once, long ago.
I can come back anytime and just breathe.
Would you? I feel so ashamed, but yet so intrigued. You'll need to give me a rest in between visits, or else my jaw might run over. If you're ready, let me radar scan you. Slowly. Woo. Woo. Purple, purple. Bloop, bloop, burble. Ba, ba, bloop. Ba, ba, bloop. Ba, ba, bloop. Whew. Last little bit there. Thank you, lobotomite. Please, you must come back for further study when I've had a rest. I'm a little sensitive right now.
Right, see ya.
Until our next interaction, my intriguing little lobotomite.
I feel dirty. That felt wrong. Klein?
Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated.
Yes, I've got them.
What? You did? Your survival, let alone success, barely registered in my projections. Now, all I need to do is check my transmission databank. Mobius is always filling it up with his psychotic calls. Oh yes, there's the schematics, just like you said. How truthful.
Right. Do all these technologies have the information you need?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That answer isn't exactly filling me with confidence, Klein.
No. I mean, yes. You just need to analyze these technologies for a moment. They are extremely advanced, you know?
Do you even know what they are?
I know how these technologies work. Of course I know. If you remember, we described them in clearly abstract, contradictory statements before. Why would we do that if we weren't certain on how to use them? Yes, so let me... a bit. I'll figure it out.
Look. Would the suit's dampening abilities allow me to sneak into the Forbidden Zone?
I suppose it could. If it could be quiet for more than a few moments, always talking, touching things. It does have an interface disruptor weave against electronics, like the Forbidden Zone door. Let me check something. Of course, I have it. The override sequence to open the Forbidden Zone door is hidden in the schematics. Well, not hidden. It's actually right there, behind the programming equivalent of coffee stains. It's embedded in what seems to be recursive code. It's badly commented there and there. Oh, and null pointers very sloppy, Mobius. You see, using the antenna to boost the emitter's sonic frequency, and the stealth suit to bypass the Forbidden Zone lock, yes, that could work. Was that my plan? It must have been. Sometimes I truly surprise myself. The door is open, and now Mobius will get his.
Don't these items seem more, I don't know, biologically focused than that?
Biological? Ridiculous. I mean, technically, these items could all be used to put you back together once you had your brain. But for now, they can be used in the name of aggression. The door should be unsealed. Now, instead of being subjected to threats, we can now send an equally threatening message to Mobius. And that message is science. Deliver this message, and Big Mountain shall be freed from Mobius's reign of terror. You can go now. That's your cue.
Stealth suit's got enough repairs left in it to last it one more run, but still, I almost hate
Might
to
I
do
be of
this.
service, sir?
Can you repair some stuff, please?
Very good, sir.
My combat armor. Bring it back. God, it hurts me how low my caps are now. Alright, let's get to Mobius. Okay. Let's make this hurt. Missed. 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 Ow. Got me.
I'll just set this on repeat while I go relieve my tank. No one will know.
Alright, Mobius!
Please put on your goggles and take your rad-X now. The X-42 giant robo-scorpion is alive! Awaken my pet! Initiate your search and destroy protocol in the name of all that is Mobius!
Sneaky, sneaky.
Very.
We're okay on Stimpaks.
Do you reckon you can make it work?
We're okay on Med-X until we have to numb the pain. Are we being watched?
No. She's deactivated.
Oh,
Oh, shit!
the X-42 giant robo-scorpion is alive! Awaken my pet! Initiate your search
Did you even know you were wearing it?
in the name of all that is Mobius!
We're okay on Stimpaks.
They are little modern distractions, but it'll do.
Looks like the target drones got activated and... Oh, how cute! They're engaging the X-42
Med-X supplies adequate. You're my best friend forever.
Shh. We don't really have time.
You can't avoid the deadly laser sting of
Bad guys dealt with.
Mobius!
Don't. Right, that scratched it.
This is a pre-recorded attack message indicating my desire to commit violence on you. You can't avoid the deadly laser sting of Doctor Mobius! X-42, attack in the name of Mobius!
Okay, don't get blasted by that tail, it'll kick us out in a single blast. Okay. Shoot, why didn't they give you a hacking module? Hey! New target, X-42 Giant Robo Scorpion. Fire.
You can't avoid the deadly laser sting of Doctor Mobius! X-42, attack in the name of Mobius!
This one looks pretty tough.
I can maybe get into this one. Emergency shutdown, huh? That was easy. Emergency shutdown procedure.
Is this thing on? This is Mobius.
That's all.
Doctor Mobius. We're initiating some kind of emergency test shutdown. In 5, 4, as in open, 3, as in tree, 2, as in 2 counters, 1, as in none. Oh look, the emergency overload is initiating.
Huh. It's dead. Eat that, Mobius. Haha. Alright. Return that. Let's give it. There we are. Oh, bloody hell, we got more of this. Is there anything that will let me use armor to last longer? Anything? No. Okay, well, what would that have done? Oh, a layer. Got a largest layer. Okay, you know what? Let's do this the quick way. deal with the rest of it the easy way. In case it explodes. It exploded. That'll piss Mobius off. Yeah, have one of those. Okay. Still, every system is active. You know what? Let's take Mobius out with Old Faithful. Hey.
Oh, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. A little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely.
Is that better?
Depth perception is a problem with this old monitor of mine. Went black a while ago. That's old age for you. Should look at getting the visual nerves reattached. It's just that the right eye would see the wrong things. The flying tortoises were the worst. Would you care for a mentat?
I'll save it for later.
I love mentats. Delicious and smarty. I have all sorts of amazingly science-erific thoughts and ideas when those chalky tablets are zipping through my biogel. I forget them all not long after, though, especially with the data constipating my memory core. Afraid binary streams might shoot out my chassis. Had to start using the dome floor and walls here to inscribe equations, although I've somewhat lost track of where they start and end.
You aren't exactly what I was expecting up here.
Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I.
Look, I just need my brain back.
Do you? You seem fine without it. And does it even want to go back with you? Maybe you should ask it. It's quite independent, has all manner of opinions. Tell you what, I'll leave it up to your brain. If it wants to go, then fine. If not, well, you should respect its wishes.
I'm curious about something.
Oh, curiosity. I experience that less now that I know everything. Or maybe it was when I found out some unpleasant answers.
I can't fix your monitor, but if you're getting ghost reception, I can probably fix that.
The ghosts aren't real? That changes everything. Why, I can save my computing power for other perceptual impossibilities.
Please be my guest. The receptor is there, and the side-switching wobbly bob, just turn that. Good, good, better. Oh, yes, that feels wonderful. This is even better than my afternoon mentats break.
You don't seem aggressive. Why broadcast threats to the think tank?
Oh, I was probably tripping hard on Psycho when I sent that. Had to work myself up to it. Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such varieties. Whenever I take mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a big spherical lung. As for the Psycho, sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose.
And the Robo-Scorpions? What can you tell me about them?
Well, every scientist needs an army. Mine came to me after these rather large scorpions kept coming in from the desert, like poisonous frosting. How scary, I thought, but they had survived when nothing else had. Perfect candidates for improvement as a reward for their tenacity. Then I thought, what if they shot energy bolts and acted as walking eyes and data-drained computers and acted as bullhorns? Then I made them bigger. Then I thought about custard. I do so love custard. Or was it mustard? Mustard custard. I miss sugars and salts.
Sounds like you built the Robo-Scorpions and issued threats just to keep the think tank occupied?
Did I? Maybe I did. Can't have them leaving. Some reason for it. Ethics or, conscience? You and your brain are quite alike. I'm sure it knows the reasons better than I do.
Everything you told me doesn't add up. Your plan, even your name. Mobius.
Doctor Mobius. Rather catchy, isn't it? It's my name, and my new name overwrote the old one. This name's as real as you or I, although I believe your brain expressed similar incredulity at the nature of such an appellation. Someone's been watching too many old-world science fiction movies, it said. I believe it meant me. I must admit I have a vulnerability for holotape fantasies of planets and robots and all that is forbidden. As for the name I was born with, like the think tank, we were all reprogrammed to forget them, take on new names. It enforces the recursion loop in our perception programming.
You reprogram their names as part of a recursion loop. What? Trap their processors?
Now, trap is a rather harsh word, like excrement. Not an inappropriate word, but still rather harsh. But, yes, I did take some liberties with their programming. It's all right, they don't remember. I certainly didn't until you said trap, and then I said excrement, and then...
A recursion loop is designed to prevent the flow of information, so...
The radar fence to keep the think tank hemmed in wasn't really enough. They keep testing things. They would have found a way to disarm it. I suspect I have Plan 9s in place, but I may have coded myself to forget them, just in case. They're probably very dangerous, lethal, or worse. So So I had to do something else to keep them occupied here. Or as you like to say, trapped. I prefer to have several Plan 9s in case the 7s fail.
So that's... Keep going, I want to hear the rest.
Dr. O, which is actually not his real name multiplied, since you can't multiply his real name in the first place. Ouroboros, Klein, they have all forgotten themselves. And not only themselves, but the world, sense of time, and history. All that is left is what's here. I reprogrammed their chronometers, geometers, and cartography programs. This is now their world, here, Big Mountain. It was a merciful lobotomy, really, thinking back. They were my friends, but sometimes they would take things too far. And the world isn't ready for that kind of too-far thing-taking. That's my professional opinion, anyway. And I am told I was once quite professional.
So if you lobotomized the think tank, why terrorize them?
Well, it's simple. Despite their many failings, they are rather bright. They are the think tank for a reason. That I didn't change. Without something to distract them, make them afraid, they would simply deduce what had happened. And when they start deucing it up, then you came along, the final variable solved. They saw that their world was larger than they perceived. Bacteria, finally able to see its host.
There were other visitors, though. What makes me different?
There have been other visitors to make them doubt their perceptions, but you are the one who dialed back their monitor micromagnifiers. You were irrefutable proof that there was a world outside. And then there was the whole brain fiasco, which forced me to take steps. See, your brain had a special kind of wrinkle, a uniquity that they had never thought to try in all their countless escape attempts.
A bullet. A cranial injury from the attack outside Goodsprings.
Yes, very good. I should have mentats in just you instead of the other way around. Mentats. In any event, you showed up at the think tank, and because you had suffered a cranial injury in just the right place, bullets in the head are usually much more fatal, and yours was a light case of bullet headitis. But it was enough for the autodoc in the sink to change its programming to fix the problem. And the brain extraction technology for once worked. That gave the think tank the knowledge its brains couldn't possess. With that knowledge, the procedure can be reversed. If they obtain that procedural data, they can use it to mush and modify their cranial cells into hosts to slip past the radar fence. I'm sure of it. And once they're off the reservation...
Hang on, so... if I don't get my brain back in my head, I can't leave. Ever?
Oh no, I doubt your brain would be so unreasonable. It already knows the trick of it, you see. Doesn't need to be in a host body at all. If you become friends or exist in an uneasy truce with weapons aimed at each other, it would unlock the fence for you. Well, once the think tank was dealt with, of course. Your brain is a responsible sort. Doesn't want mad scientists running around everywhere.
Alright, I better go talk to my brain then. Goodbye, Doctor Mobius.
Indeed. The goodbye part of our little chat then. Goodbye. Please mind the equations on the floor.
Right.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again?
You're my brain.
Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
Okay. Why exactly are you such a dick?
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment?
Of course you're responsible. You're the reasoning center. You're my brain.
I most certainly am not. I am the seat of all reason and logic in our little partnership. All those feelings that motivate you, that sense of righteousness and that rush you get when you help someone, do you know where those come from? Glands. They come from glands. Free of the tyranny of your ape-like and primitive endocrine system, I can see how foolish your motives are.
But you're the source of most of those glands, unless you're going to argue that my thyroid is to blame for my actions.
Well, look, it's all a very complex system of biofeedback and other things I wouldn't expect you to understand.
You're just as glandular as I am. Come on.
Oh, all right. Perhaps I am, but at least I'm logical about it.
So you don't want to be reunited? I thought you'd be happy to get back into my head.
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you.
So, hang on. What about the good things? What about cool breeze, smell food, love?
Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat. Oozing hormones.
Isn't it just as true that you only feel this way because you're lacking those hormones?
I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it?
So we're at an impasse. You can't feel what I feel, and I can't think the way that you think.
Indeed. Quite the conundrum. How do you suppose we resolve it?
I think we have to trust each other and acknowledge that we're not complete if we're separated.
I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us.
So what do you say, Brain? Join me for a couple more wild adventures?
Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Doctor Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
Why? They promised to put us back together once I did what they wanted.
And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but... Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole Mojave will be their playground. And that is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead.
Then let's make them share. Come on.
Oh, lovely. We've reached the mindless violence portion of the program. Tell me, what exactly are you, and I use the word loosely, planning?
They like physics. I'm going to give them a demonstration of the physics behind small, very fast-moving chunks of lead.
Now that you mention it, I do miss that lovely rat-a-tat-boom a bit. It's just not the same without a body to feel the recoil. What's the next step, then?
Well, if the think tank won't hold up their bargain, we'll make them. Let's go.
Right. Look out, think tank. This brain is coming out of its jar. I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Clyde will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
Alright. Let's get to work.